How's it going, everyone? My name is Tarek, and welcome to tonight's stream. As title says, today we're gonna do some gain staging to the track that we've been working on, which is a homage track for As Blood Runs Black. Empty Fields 1111. How's it going? How was your week? I think last time we had good fun. Today we're gonna mix. I hope your week has been so good so far. I can see we've got also people on Kick and on YouTube as well. So welcome to everyone, and thank you for jumping in early. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna mix. Now, as I said before, this is one of the not simpler tracks, but this track doesn't have a lot of channels. Again, I mean, we've got guitars, bass, and drums. That's it, and a string track. And if you've been watching the channel and you've been watching like some of the tracks I've been doing, normally we do way more complex stuff. Like, for example, last track, just go look at last mix. We had like a full orchestra, violins, brass, violas, cellos, cymbasi, and woodwinds. We've got like a lot of synth and explosions and swells and risers and orchestral percussion and choirs and all of that stuff, right? The track before it as well, when we did the unboxing. This one is gonna be a little bit more raw. Now, the good thing is that this means that we can mix it quick, we can master it quick, we can release it quick. And one more good thing is because there isn't a lot of layers as the other tracks, this is going to be more raw, which means that a lot of things are going to be more audible, and they're not going to be masked or hidden by other elements, which means that we really need to nail the guitar tone, we really need to nail the bass tone and the drums and all of that stuff, because that's the entire track. There's only 3 equipments or 3 instruments and one string patch, which is only, I think, in one section. This here, riff 3, and that's it. So this is gonna be maybe it will present even another challenge to me, because again, everything is kind of exposed. So what we'll do is we will play the entire thing. We will see what we've got so far. I think I have left the guitars and the bass quiet, so I'm gonna play and I'm gonna increase their volume as we go, and then once we listen to the entire track, so that newcomers can know the type of track we're working with, we're gonna set everything back and we're gonna start gain staging. So let's do that. We'll start from the beginning. Tarek, how much decibels recorded guitars are you using view meters to see gain correctly? No, so when I record guitars, I've got here the. If you can, actually, you reminded me of changing the view, but I'm gonna change to this. So on my SSL, I've got the guitars plugged on here. On the first channel, I before I start recording, I just try to make sure that the level at my hardest strum uh doesn't peak, so I kind of like put the dial on the SSL up to a point where it's on amber and it's never peaking, so I'll keep strumming until it peaks, and then I dial it back, and then I keep strumming until it doesn't peak, and then that's where I set it up. Now it depends on the what do you call it, the amp simulator that you use. Some amp sims you need to increase the input from within the amp sim. I mean, you can do the same from the SSL if you want, but because I might blend in different amp sims and all of that stuff, which is something I'm gonna do now, and I will talk about it in a second. I would rather get a consistent sound, an optimal sound at the source, and then after that, if I want to use like an amp sim, if that amp sim needs more input, I'll just increase the input from within the amp sim. If it doesn't, like the Gojira one, the one I'm using right now, I just left the input knob at 0, right? So that's kind of like how I set the level of the guitar. The only difference is that with the SSL, as you can see, there's a red button lit up, right? This red button right here, this adds harmonic, like some kind of like harmonics from the SSL, and that kind of like adds a little bit to the sound. But other than that, it's literally that simple. I think this one right now is set at 12 o'clock. But yeah, that's how I set it up. I'm not sure if that answers your question. Yeah, that's on. Let me know if you have any other questions. Right, so that was the entire track. Now, what I'm doing here is I remembered that because we're using the individual toms and you know, Superior Drummer or Easy X death metal, when you choose a preset, the tom bus is sent to a reverb, and then we're not using this tom bus anymore, right? Because we're using the separate ones. I remember that if we're using the separate ones and we're not using the bus, well, we're not then we forgot to add the reverb to the individual ones. So all I've done is just moved that reverb to each one of them. So now each one of these toms is being sent to this reverb, right? And I think there's a way, let me remember. I think there's a way that you can see what's being sent. Can't remember exactly. Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah. So that's number one. Number two is the same thing. Since we've added a layer of snare like a stack, that stack it was not sent to reverb, so I've just sent it to reverb. Now this here, this stack mic and this stack mic and this stack mic, I think this was from a snare stack that we tried but didn't like. Now the problem is that Superior Drummer keeps that whenever you put a stack, even if you remove it, the channels that stack created in the mixer stays. But if you play like the song, you will see that 1, 2, 3 are not doing anything. Right? So they're dead. So I'm just gonna put them on 0, just for cleanup. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so obviously the levels are way off, right? So obviously the levels are really off, and this is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna gain stage and then we're gonna mix. But before we do that, I just wanna try something, because when I was jamming this week, I dialed in a very nice guitar tone with STL, and I was thinking if maybe it would be cool to blend it in. I don't know how it will sound, but I'm just gonna duplicate these two, right? And just put that. Why there's a million now? I just want to duplicate this and this. If I, yeah, that's it. Very simple. Okay, so let's just go to these, and we need to unlink first. Then link these two back. Boom, and then we link these two back. Okay, now I'm just gonna bypass this, and I'm gonna bring this down here, and this one down. Bring the cap down, because maybe with the cap it will work better. But it was STL amp hub. Let me just type amp hub. Oh, here it is. Would it load the same preset I left earlier? No, actually it didn't. Okay, so let me try to see if I load the desktop one. Just copy the settings. So this is the one I loaded. So let me save. How can I save a new preset in the other bank? Okay. I'm just gonna call this one new bank. Direct tones. Okay. Right, so tone 1 dial. Oh, not dial. Trial. Well, now I'm gonna close this one. How do you load stuff here? Da, 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 da. Maybe if I close it and open it again, because I've done it simultaneously. Interesting. Maybe then if that's the case, I'll just like dial it manually. Where is it? Current back. No. Okay, I'll just dial it manually. What does this say? Alright, let me open it again. Because I was using SEL. So this is running through my desktop. So if I play through this, you cannot hear it. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this next to the other one and just dial the same thing. So let me open this here. I'm gonna put this on the other screen because when you have the tracks linked, every time you do a change to a knob, like for example, look at this, right? Well, it should change it together, but I don't know why it's not. Is it linked? Yes, it is. Maybe SEL amp hub doesn't work with Cubase's link. But what you should have with other plugins, like for example with these two guitars, if I open the two archetype Gojira, so this one and this one and this one. Which one did I open here? GGDL. So GGDR. If I change this, for example, as you can see, both are changing. Well, okay. Look. You'll see it? No, I think my face is in the way. Alright. Like this. Right? So this obviously was 2.9. So for some reason, with the STL amp hub, this, linking is not working. What about input? Nothing. Alright, so that's a shame. Let me put this back. Okay, we'll dial them one by one. That's fine. I just want to try, or I'll dial one and then I'll copy it to the other track. So let me get the desktop one here. So I've got the Soldano amp, 12, 9, 12, 12, 12. So everything is at 12. Just this is at 9. All right, let's do that then. So we need the Soldano amp. This is at 9. Everything else is on 12. And I think with the pedal, if I remember correctly, I got the Misha's Horizon devices, and I think I've put the attack all the way up or something. Let me just pull it up. It's all the way up. Driver is at 9, and then max on these two. All right, let's see what we can do. So max on these two, and this is on 9. Now this made the sound very percussive and very very fit for like low tuning and stuff. This is the type of stuff I was jamming when I was, during the week. So, but the cool thing about it is that when you do gallops or like palm mute, it had a very nice attack. So I'm thinking of maybe layering it, underneath the tone that we have now. So let's see how it would sound by itself first. But I just want to make sure one last time that here there is nothing else. So this is as it is. The cab, what about the cab? Let me see. Cab, maybe actually we will use, GGD as well. Cool. So I'm gonna put this here. All right, let's go to the cab. I think the cab is... It's a shame that the saving thing didn't work, because it would have saved a lot. All right, 9, 10, 8, 8, 9, 10, 8, 8. Okay, 5 and 10. 5, 10. And what's the mic? This is, well, what's on the other one? Oh, that's the Cap 4x12 Bogart SL V30 dynamic mic 441. Jesus. Alright, let's go. Bogart SL V30 dynamic 1441. Bomb. It should be import preset. Where? Import preset, import preset. If you can, you would save me all the trouble of this. The thing is, it's not here. See what I'm saying? Unless you can see, can you see a button that I'm not seeing? I'm pretty sure it should be just here, and then it should have been like here or something. Or maybe, have I missed something here? No. Yeah, it's very annoying. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna check something. So if I go to the desktop one, and I want to see where this is, Tone 1 trial. Where would I find it? Ah, see? It should appear here. Direct tones. Okay, this is where it should appear. But if you go to the Cubase one, can't see direct. So I think it's a matter of reloading. You know what? I'm gonna do something. Why don't I remove the plugin and just load it again? I'm pretty sure this would do it. Ta-da! Fantastic. There you go. What about the second one? Did it load on the second one? Yeah. Boom. Boom. Hey, we saved ourselves. Okay, cool. Fantastic. But one thing that is different is here I have the input all the way. I don't know why. This is weird. I will try it, but I don't know why I have the input here all the way. But okay. I need just to fix the gate is right. Okay, so let's see how it sounds by itself. See what I'm saying? It's very percussive. I think it sounds really cool. So let's see how we can kind of like blend it in with the other guitars. So I'm gonna turn it all the way down and then just solo the guitars. Cool. Now one last try is I'm gonna try to turn off the cabinet. Actually, oh, I was doing something. We had two cabinets loaded. Let me bypass this. Now I can hear it. fantastic. That's cool. Okay, that's all I wanted to do. And now we can get into gain staging. So for gain staging, I like to keep things a little bit quiet, and then we'll turn them back up once we're done gain staging. So normally, when I'm mixing by myself, obviously we're streaming now, so you guys need to hear. But when I'm mixing by myself, I put this at -18, and then I crank the volume up on my interface. But because we're streaming, I'm not gonna do -18. I might do -12 and see what it is. If it's still too quiet for you to hear or like to enjoy the stream, then I'll turn it up a little bit. But I'll probably be turning it down as we mix, just because I want a certain level to hit the compressor on the mix bus, which we don't have now. But again, as we mix, I might do that. But with that being said, let's put the faders down for the bass and for the guitar, and let's just gain stage the drums. Right, so first is we start with a kick. And by the way, what I normally do is I just load my presets from my previous mixes, and I try to select a mix that is similar or as close as possible to you know, the current track. So I'm gonna go with the transmissions from the Parallel Unknown, and I'm gonna load the kick. But all what we're gonna activate so far from the kick is only the clipper, because we're not gonna mix just yet. We need to gain stage, right? So I've got the clipper here, and what we need to do is we need to clip until the volume of the kick hits 0, because the kick is gonna be the foundation of all of the volume around the track. So the kick is at 0, and the snare is at 0, or almost at 0, and then everything else revolve around that. And I always like for my kick to be the loudest, or the loudest element. But what happens normally is just before, just when the mix is nearly done, I would then turn the kick down to if it's getting too much, you know, if there's because the kick probably will end up being very punchy, and although punchy kick sounds cool, sometimes too much kick happening, especially in this track, and if it's too loud, it can be really, it can give the listener a headache. So we might dial it down, but as we mix and just kind of like get a foundation, I like to set it at 0. So let's clip it until the volume hits 0, which is not very far off. So around here, -0.1 is fantastic. Okay. I'm gonna mute all of these guys. And now we're gonna go to the snare. Danny, is this the same Danny I'm thinking about? If it is, how's it going, my friend? Let me see. Now we need snare. Okay, so again, I've just loaded the preset from one of my previous tracks, so we're not gonna mix anything yet, right? We're just gonna clip. So again, with the snare, I like to go to 0 for now. Good to see you, man. Danny is an old friend of mine. Oh, I've done something very stupid. I've actually, did I load the? Oh yeah, no, I'm good. Okay, it seems like the snare is already to. Yes, I did do something stupid. I thought so. Oh my god, I think we've got a spammer in the Twitch chat. If anybody can deal with it, please. Okay, so what I've done here, a little bit of a mistake, is that I started controlling the kick clip. That's why I need to close it. Yeah, man, all good, all good. Really good to see you. Really good to see you. I hope you enjoy what we're doing. Okay. I need to mute the toms. And then with the snare, let's bring it back. That was good. Okay. And now we need a little bit high end, so we will get the overheads. But with the overheads, we're gonna use a limiter. So let me again load a preset of mine. So overheads. We still need the kick and the bass and the snare. Yeah, around here I think is fine. And then let's bring some room. This room is absolutely destroyed. I think that's the preset that came with the... what do you call that? Superior Drummer. Okay. So now that we've got all of that, we just need now guitars. And with guitars, normally my rule of thumb is to start with... Since these are at 0, I will start with minus 3 dB. So let's just go to minus 3 dB. Actually, I think here... Okay, but with the bass, I think we've got the balance wrong because we kind of leveled it up again. So let me just level up the bass again before we add it into the track. Okay, this balance seems a little bit okay. What I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna introduce the hi-hat. I think the overheads is a little bit too loud, and I'm not gonna do reverb right now, but we need to do toms as well. And we'll leave the bass drop, and for the strings, I just want to mix the band first, and then we'll move to other things. Yes, so let's start with the hi-hat. I want to find a section that has a hi-hat. Okay, let's go to here. Riff 1. Okay, so again, we go here and we summon the mix, the preset I use in Transmissions of a Parallel Unknown. If you haven't listened to that track, go for it. Okay, so right, let's see how much hi-hat do we need. And you need to be careful of the hi-hat because it's such a pokey instrument. Okay, the China on the right is very loud. All right. Let me just see something. Did I miss anybody's chat? Doesn't like it. Cool. So yeah, I just wanted to adjust the volume of the channel of the overheads in the room, and I just wanted to see how loud the room is compared to the overheads. But this room in particular is very smashed already. That's why it doesn't have a lot of high end as normal. Okay, now we need some toms, so I'm gonna unmute all of them, and we need to go to a section that has a lot of toms. So 1 second. No. There's a lot of those, but I'm gonna try to select like a fill, like some decent fill that maybe has everything, like this one. Okay. So let's go from here to here. Cool. Where are you? There it is. Okay, let me just get all of the presets. So we need ragtime 1, ragtime 2. Where's ragtime 3? Don't I have a preset for it? That's a shame. What about floor tom? Well, to be honest with you, it's the same kind of thing. So I'm just gonna put the ragtime 2 here. I mean, everything with toms, it's almost like every single tom has the same curve, but they're all shifted downwards, right? As you go higher up, right? So or as you go lower. So your high pass, for example, on a ragtime 1 is just higher than, the floor tom 2. Everything just kind of shifts. Now there are some maybe annoying frequencies in one, not in the other, but it's mostly the same. But anyway, I don't care about the rest of the processes here. All I care about is the limiter or a clipper. I think I've used on that mix. So let's set the clipper to a point where the balance is good. To be honest with you, as it is, sounds good. I think that volume is good. I mean, you don't want it to be more. Let me just see if this clip is driving it any. Yes, I mean, there is some driving. So it's even put on 2x. So that volume as it is sounds. Yeah, so let's maybe go to what other section has toms. Crimex. Let me just see another section that has toms. Okay, maybe it need a little bit more. So let's go to each. Sorry, that's the snare. Ragtime 1, bomb. Ragtime 2. Ragtime 3. And I didn't even put anything on floor tom 1 and floor tom 2. All right, let's see how that sounds. Let's bypass every single process. By the way, the guy that just followed Crimex is my brother. That's why I didn't say anything. Well, I need another section that has toms here. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with it. What about the one that we selected? Yeah, sounds good. Okay, that's a good level. What else do we have? Is there anything muted? Reverb. That's a mixing thing. The black box is a mixing thing. Yes, that's kind of like that's pretty much it. Let me just see here. Do I have the because if I have the cab from Gojira, I don't need the Get Good Drums. Well, yeah, it's on. So I'm just gonna remove these for processing, and I'm gonna remove the Gojira from here, and I'm gonna remove the Get Good from here. Put this here. Put this here. Just kind of some housekeeping. Okay, and I think that is literally the quickest gain staging I've done in my life because the track is so small. And as you can see, a lot of the faders are at 0, which is exactly what I like. There is, I think, a lot of kick is coming from the overheads and a lot of snare, which I cannot wait until I EQ out. Okay, now with that being said, let's start mixing this. So we'll start with a kick. Let's start from a fast section, so riff 1. And I'm gonna see what I've loaded, what kind of preset I had in the past with the with transmissions from Parallel Unknown, and I will just adjust because this is actually a different kick. I think, although it has Metal Machine, but that one had Progressive Easy X. This one has Death Metal Easy X. So it could be different. So I'm gonna ignore this EQ because it doesn't apply here at all. And I'm just gonna go to, I'm actually gonna put this at A, and then with B I'm gonna go to default. Where is default? Default settings. So if you go A, okay. So let's listen to the kick in solo for now, which is, a lot of people are frown upon mixing in solo, but that's how I try to find and like bad frequencies. Okay, so I mean, obviously you can see what I've done here. There is the kind of resonance frequency I kind of tamed by itself, and then I've put a big kind of dynamic EQ here just for sections like this. A lot of bass can build up, especially there's a specific frequency, which I think it's this one. Yes, this actually can do with a little bit more. Right, so here's the thing. We removed the resonance, we controlled the fundamental, and because we removed the resonance and we're controlling the fundamental, I've added about 50 hertz, which is like a nice sub, but at the same time, I didn't add it. I've just increased the Q, increased the gain, but then I've put a dynamic back to 0, right? This way, the natural shape of the curve will be increased, but every time there's a hit, it will go back to 0, but then the fundamental is increased. Obviously, we removed some like junk from here, and I didn't like this area with clickiness, with the click. I wanted the more of a, you know, a high mid type of thing. And obviously cleaned up the low ones and the highs. So let's see how it sounds now, the mix. I think now it sounds decent. But before, right, it sounds way more control. I think we can ease off a little bit on this. I think that's a decent sound kick. Okay, then next we have a Drumforce comp set on kick. So what we're aiming for is -3 dB of reduction. on mid setting. So I'm gonna put the compression at 0, and then we'll keep dialing it until we hit -3. Then we get Saturn, which is a distortion. Now I'm gonna delete these because they don't make sense. Oh shit, I've deleted something. What did I do? Oh. I need to delete these. Oh my god, every time I delete it, this gets deleted. What's happening? Here, buddy, here. This. Delete. Okay, backspace is not working today with anything. All right, let's get rid of all of that. Anyway, so what I was saying is the splits don't work with every song, right? So we're gonna see the curve and we're gonna do the split depending on this kick. All right, let's listen to each frequency. So that's only sub. That's the you know, the fundamental and the mids. And I actually gonna do a split here. Cool. So the places that we're gonna do some distortion, so all of these are gonna apply first like about 5%, 5 to 7% distortion. But we're just gonna distort way more the top end, and especially here, because it will distortion like flatten the attack. And in fact, I'm gonna do the distortion in the mix. There's one very annoying frequency here. Yes, yes. So we're gonna move to the guitars as well. What's this? It's Friday, and it's probably the pub. I've got a pub across the road. There's some weird noises. Um, but yeah, we're gonna mix the guitar today. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna finish this, the drums, then we'll do the guitars, then we'll do the bass, right? Yeah, and finally in the chain of the kick is our bass. Alright, let's move to the snare. Why is wait. Something is. Why do we have a reverb within the snare? This is coming from Superior Drummer. There's something needs to be fixed here. Why does the snare top, we're sending to reverb snare. Oh, it's the snare comp. Jesus. Not sure if I want this. I mean, it's cool, but I'm just gonna compress the snare myself. Yeah, I don't want this. Just too much control. I want to regain more control. And by the way, this means that we might need to just adjust the clipping a little bit. Right, so this is the EQ curve for the track transmissions of Apparel Unknown. We're gonna do our new curve. So let's hear the snare. Where is it? Oh, here. What? Wait. What did I do? I'm going crazy tonight. Low pass, high cut, my friend. Okay, and put 18. Right. Oh wait, fucking hell. I'm just trying to keep things in this corner so you can see what I'm doing. So basically, I don't like to see stuff in 30 decibels view because you end up making very big moves. So 12 or 6 decibels is a good view. And like for example, see, I've done this here in the 30 decibels. Look how far did I go? That's not needed. Let me just retreat. Yeah, so -6. And I will tell you why I did static EQ here and a dynamic here in a second. But even here, this snare definitely needs a compressor. Okay. So this is a little bit of EQing. It might need another EQ at the end, but we'll see where it goes. But this is what shapes the tone of the snare, to be honest with you. There's something about the snares that's a little bit too snappy. And I think, where is it? What I'm gonna do is I think this needs to be, there's one, No, go back. I mean, fuck that frequency. Don't you agree? Okay, there's something that is unrelated to mixing that is affecting mixing, which is velocities. I think, although we programmed these drums really good, when it's blasting VU meter. Yes, I know. At the VU meter on the distressor, I want it to go to amber at least. But when it's doing rim shots, that's the problem with deathcore. So basically, if you're doing a metalcore song, most of your snares hits are gonna be in the same range of velocity. But for example, when you have a deathcore track like this, you get really different velocities. So for example, on blast beats, I mean, look how you can barely. right? But when you've got sections like this, then here, like look at the velocity. Oh, right. There is a chance that this distressor is not working for this mix, and I just want to visit the snare a little bit. So I think there is a bottom mic somewhere that is causing some problems here. Gain automation solution. That is probably what we need to do. Either gain automation, or I need to kind of like just adjust the velocities a little bit. So instead of automating the section, I'll just adjust the velocity of the section to see if it's better. If it's not better, then bon, we'll do some automation. But there is some sound in the snare that I'm not liking. This shit. And then there's another sound. This. What else do we have? I mean, this is quiet anyway. This is fuck the rim shots. I'm just gonna go here. I don't like the tones of the track, and I think, you know what? I think this is the rim shot of the X of the stack, which I can solve, and I'll show you how. So ooh, no way, no way. Oh my god, guess what was causing most of the problem? This button here. So this... oh, fucking hell. So this button... use sounds from just R sample S. So... oh my god, this fixed a lot of shit. Okay, yes. So this actually we had a problem with last mix when we were doing the drums as well, and we figured it out while we were writing the drums, and it was driving me crazy, and we stayed like 15 minutes. We're like, well, why? But I think it was with a kick, and it was like when I'm doing this, one kick is hitting in the stack and the other not every other hit, and I was going crazy. I think I made a short about it on YouTube. And then after a lot of fiddling, it was this button. This one button that caused the problem. Now here, what was happening... yes. So use alternate hits, meaning that every other hit, you know, you'll get the sample. Right now, why would you use this? You might want to use this if you're layering cymbals. You might want to use this, for example, if you're layering like the same kick, but you want a little bit of adjustment. Like if you have some of these patches have one kick, like not two kicks like this. So if you want to add the feel of two kicks, you know, so you might want to use alternate hits, or you might not want to use, but it's there for optimal settings. Right now I must have clicked it by mistake somehow, right? But anyway, now we have what we want. And then there's a velocity here that I really don't like, and I don't want. I want it out. The 117 maximum should be good. So this curve here is saying like whatever you've programmed, right? If the maximum it will reach is 115 velocity. So even if I've programmed some stuff over 120, it will not reach them. I'm actually gonna put it at 120, but anything over 120, I don't want it on this. That one, I will show you which sample I hate. This one, the third one. There is a weird sound in that sample, right? There is this one. See, I hate that. I'm just gonna go. I want to keep going down until it doesn't happen. Yeah, it's not happening. So, what about 119? No, it's here again. So 118 should be good. Okay. Okay, I'm way more happier about the snare than when we had those problems. God damn it, I was like, what's going on here? Alright, now finally Saturn, which is really important to kind of flatten everything. Now, I'm gonna try Saturn. If it didn't work, I'm gonna go back to the virtual mix rack and I'll add a preamp from there to kind of like smooth out there's just the pokiness of the snare, and like to give it a little bit more body. So let's summon Saturn. The snare took us actually longer than anything, just because of that mistake. It was driving me. I was like, "There's something fucking. What's happening here?" All right, cool. No, Saturn completely fucked the snare. So let's just choose a analog compressor instead. So I'm gonna go here and should we do it after the trimmer or before? Let's just do it after and pretend it's a new plugin. So harmonics, let's go with London, just because I live in the UK. Let's go to here. Okay, here, for example, in this section, is there a snare going on? Oh my god, I mean, it's very... like, it's very, 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 very quiet. And this is, for example, too loud. Okay, what about this here? Okay, what about here, for example? What else? I just need to check the very fast blast beats. I think that's about it. But yeah, it took us a lot actually to kind of fix the velocities or to adjust the velocities when we set this up. But it seems like we needed to change them while we mix, which is not very cool, but it is what it is. All right, so Tom's next. All right. Let's go rack Tom. Default, where is it? Boom. And let's find a place where there is a rack Tom playing. Or actually, let's find a place where there is like just the entire set. Like here, for example. And then we'll solo it. These toms don't need a lot of processing because they are really heavily processed by the tune track preset. So I'm gonna try to be very subtle with them. Yeah. So this is before. This is after. So it's a little bit more controlled, that's it. Okay. So I'm gonna do EQs and then compressor for, you know, H1, right? So obviously you need just to kind of like get rid of the resonance. Just add some attack maybe here. I mean, this attack's quite decent actually right here. Again, normally, see the shape of the Q? Normally when you get a tom, it's a little bit flatter and you would cut the middle. But as you can see, this has been already been cut by Toontrack. Right, so it doesn't need a lot. Like if you cut it too much, it will just... I think it will just sound too silly. I mean, you can go to -3 like this. And then I think that's enough. Oh my god. I was like, why can't I hear anything? Fucking hell. Guess why? Because I'm doing RT1 here. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So this, see this? This. Let me increase it more. Yes, here. This area is normally really fucked in tomes, and this is why you need to kill it. But they've already killed it so far, so that's why I'm just gonna put minus maybe 3 dBs, and then that's it. Put together. And then let's get RT3. So with this one, be careful not to cut a lot of low ends. So up until here I think is good, because you need that body. Let's find the resonance. And then we just control the fundamental. Right, and I really like minus, I'm not sure if you've noticed, minus 3 dB is kind of like my go standard, unless something that needs to go a little bit more extreme, but I think this one's good here. Let's find some junk. Now need attack. Now there is one frequency here that we just need to get rid of. This one. And then bypass. Okay, so all 3 so far. Cool. Floor tom. Come here, buddy. Again, when you're dealing with lower toms, I don't like to cut so aggressively here. So maybe till, you know, 23 hertz or something, because if you do this, you're cutting a lot of, you know, what makes a floor tom, or, you know, or you're coming very close to it, you know. So make sure that this split here, right, is after. And by the way, when I say make sure and do this and do that, I'm just telling you what I do. I mean, I'm not a pro. I just do things the way I think, you know, that they sound good to my ear. So Yeah, so if you like, you know, if you like how they sound, or you want to get the same type of sound that I get in my music, go for it. By the way, let me just show you something. The fundamental here, I'll show you a trick. So the fundamental is E, around E, right? So if you cannot, if you want to hear, like, if you want to remove what do you call it, like harmonics, you know, that are annoying like this, I can see, I mean, I can see the peak here actually, but if you want to remove more, so you just go and find like other E's, right? So this one here, let's listen how that sounds like, right? And you just get rid of it. And then there's definitely this one as well. And now the moment I remove this, I actually can hear more of the floor tom. Okay, now we just do a little bit of control. But by the way, I'm on my, 30 dB view. Every time I'm on 30 dB view and I'm not realizing it, let me know, because sometimes I forget myself. So these, because they're annoying, I'm gonna take them to kind of like -6. But this one is unnecessary to go -6. Let's you're just taming it. And again, these are processed already. This, I don't like this. Again, -30. Oh, we don't need this. Now, click. Or attack, not click. This one here. I like this type of attack. Some people like this type of, like, distorted, harsh attack. And I think it sounds good, but I don't like it. I like this. It has a little bit more of a... It's warmer. This, I actually like to cut out. Right? Alright, let's see how they all sound now. Cool. Now, finally, it's floor tom 2. Actually, I'm just gonna start a new one. Can you hear what I'm hearing? There is a very annoying frequency happening here. Just one. Right here. Right. Okay, cool. So in terms of compression, let's do this first. All what we need to do is kind of like to get this to -6, okay? That's it. Next. Well, we need to actually reduce the release because it's lasting too long. And we'll do some transient designer control as well in a second. Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna increase the release time on all of them. Gonna keep the gain reduction happening for longer. Right, so and the tail gets less loud basically. Okay, and then finally I've got FT1 and then FT2. Just going through sections that has toms. And then finally, cool. There is still one thing though, which is to distort this. So I'm gonna start with ragtime 1. Where's the section we were looping? Right. Ragtime 2. As you can see, I mean, I used to distort fundamental and click. I'm trying a different way now with this mix. What I want to do is I want to distort the entire thing, and then maybe just the low end I'll tame it down. The Saturn has gain reduction or increase that came with a preset. I need to go back to the ones that I've done. See, I need to just kind of zero them, because these kind of like were probably during mixing of the last song, but it was saved with the preset. Now with that tail, I'll show you what we're gonna do, but just bear with me until I finish distorting. Let's close all of these. Which tom we're working on? FT1. So solo this. Cool. And this C, it has a little bit of an increase. We're gonna remove that. Cool. And now FT2. Let's hear both floor toms together. Okay, for some reason, the moment I turn this on... Oh, wow. So this band level that came with the preset was reduced, that's why. I'm gonna check this with everything. Let me put this at 0. Then if any reduction is needed, I will do it from... I'll do it like I will do it because I've done it by hand, you know what I mean? Like I don't want it to come with a preset, like I want to do it by choice. And what about here? Okay, all of these are flat. This is I've done. What about here? This one I've done. What about this one? Cool. So that's fine. So with this one, I just needed to chill a tiny bit. So this one's good right here. Yeah. Cool. So for the tail, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna do something, and I'm gonna copy it to each tom. Okay, you can also do this at the group level, which is a multi-band transient designer. So obviously Transify is the one I'm talking about. Where is Transify? Here, right? So all what you have to do is first turn on the lowest band, right, and just reduce the sustain. Well, you need to hear it. So which band did we put on? RT1. So let's reduce it all the way down to see what it does. So I removed some of the body, right? If you put it all the way up, I can hear distortion, right? And now we're gonna do the fundamental as well to see which one of these we want to actually manipulate. So let's try the fundamental. First, we'll increase it to see what it sounds. If you've got headphones, you can hear that distortion coming. And this one without it. And you can actually select which frequency, but why does this sound right? So we definitely need this one. That's probably around, so if we go to the EQ, so this is around 151. What you need to do is the cutoff above 151. So here. So this band now is from 0 or from 20 to up all the way to 150. I'm gonna give it some leeway. Let's go 175, right? This is the one we want to use. So if you reduce it, see a lot of the tail has gone. If you increase it, I mean, it comes back. Right now it's not as much. So I'm gonna put it at like, let's say 10 o'clock. Let's do -25. It's good. Actually, I think this is too much. Let's put -10. Because I still want a little bit of it. Okay, now with that being said, you just put this across everything. And the reason why is because that cutoff point that we've done it over the highest tom, which means that all of them are gonna naturally go below the cutoff, which is what we've done here. Now they sound more controlled. Okay, so that's toms. Obviously, we still have the tom group to do, but we'll go into that when we get to the... Actually, you know what? Let's do that now. All what we need to do is... Actually, let me see the preset, because I was gonna load the Drumforge comp and put it on toms, but I think this is what I've done anyway with the with transmissions of the parallel unknown. So what I'm gonna do here is load that preset and just check what if I've done like some other cool trick. Toms. 1 second, where is toms? Here is tom group. So obviously a limiter. Right, so I've put bus glue from Joey Sturgis, and I've put it at fat. This is definitely not what I want. I would probably want it as tight. And then I've put a C4. Okay, so on that song, I've controlled the sustain with a multiband compressor. Here, we're controlling the sustain with a transient designer. So that's interesting. Okay, so with this comp, it's just gonna group all the tones together. And again, as you know by now, I like to put it at minus 3 dB. So let's give it a play. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, now C4, what is it doing? Some tiny bit of control. I'm pretty sure in what's it called? Denmark Street. The song that I've released that's a little bit more Linkin Parky. I've used C4 way extremely to control the sustain. Alright, so we've done the tom group now, we're done with it. So let's move now to the hi-hat. We need a section with hi-hat. Open hi-hat. Right here. Okay, this is actually an update to what I used to do. See, the way I used to EQ hi-hat is as you can see here, and cymbals and rooms is what I used to do, exactly like this. But after last mix, I've decided to change my ways. By the way, I don't know what this is for. I'm just gonna remove it, and I'm not gonna do this anymore. What I'm gonna do instead is cut here, just where the harsh frequencies are. And this, by the way, doesn't need to be this extreme as well. So, put the shelf aside for now. Like this type of shit. Right? And then I will increase this bit from either the drum bus, and I add some high end, or with shimmer. But all of this shit I don't want. Basically, as you can see, there is a slope in the frequency here. What I want is that for all of the high end to be like kinda equal. Like this. And now we compress it. Oh my god, it doesn't need this much. Calm down. When I compress, I like that the bypass volume is the same as the unbypass volume. Okay, so revival here. I don't need this. I put this at 0 again. I don't know why I was using this here. Interesting choice. It's not even working here. But this is what I want. Mm-hmm. And then what do we have here? Yeah, not really needed. But what I'm gonna put instead is soothe. And I'm gonna use the preset by your guy Nolly. Right, and this is what it's taking out. Cool. Overheads, same thing. But with overheads, as you can see, these type of moves I do because you've got the kick and the snare and you want to limit some of that action. So we'll try to see what we can do with it. So let's go to B setting, default. Okay, cool. Fucking hell, that sound gave me a headache. Okay, so as you can see, I've compressed it using DF comp, the overhead channel. Then I've put soothe on the Nolly's overhead preset. And now I'm gonna use Transify, which is could be weird for some people that I'm using this. But I've always liked the attack on the cymbals, right? The initial attack. And that attack, I'm looking at the EQ, is happening depending on the cymbal, but definitely not above 8,500. So I've put the cutoff here at 8,500. And then here should be 3,600. Like this, right? And now all right, room. I mean, this is processed to no end. I don't think it needs anything. I don't think this needs any compression. I'm gonna maybe do 1 dB and maximum. just want to check the phase of something here. Because the moment I've introduced the room, the snare sounded weird now. Okay, that's a lot of the drums done. The snare. It will instrument. Yes, it's instrumental. I can't talk. It's instrumental, yeah, no vocal. But normally, what I do is I like to put melodies and treat the melodies as vocals. And like for example, the next track we're gonna record, it will have melodies that are substituting vocal, just because I don't sing, and I like to add like interesting, tones basically. But this one definitely doesn't have vocal. If there is something I am... This snare, it's the first time I... Yeah, I don't like this reverb. I'm gonna put my own reverb for the drums, but we'll do this after we mix the guitar. So I might just put this down all the way. I might not use it. And I think after we do everything, like after we mix everything, I think I'm gonna spend some time with the snare at the very end, because I don't know, there's something about the snare I don't like. Alright, final thing we need to do to the drums now is the drum master. So I'm just gonna go to see what did I do with my drum group on that song. Drum master group. Alright, let's see one by one. So what is this? This is a clipper again. Oh, it's what do you call that? Boss glue. And I'm only putting 10% of it. It's compressed obviously 100% on hard, like it's literally using every single power that this compressor can do, but I'm only doing 10% of it. And this is straight after the blue, which I'm gonna keep on tight because of the type of the song. If it was more of an open modern metalcore, I would have put it on another setting. Now, final thing is some EQ, but instead of this, I'm actually gonna use virtual mix rack, because I'm gonna do some distortion. I'm gonna do some EQ there and some shimmer. Right, so let's go. Let's remove all of this. But one thing is, I'm definitely gonna go back to that snare. I'm not happy with that snare at all. But I'm just gonna carry on with the song because I cannot stop with the snare for ages. I mean, I can do the snare by itself if everything's mixed, but that snare, everything else I'm happy about. The cymbals I'm happy about. The toms I'm happy about. The kick I'm happy about. Rooms over everything I'm happy except the snare. The snare is just fucking. But we'll figure that out later. Okay, so now what do you want to do? We're gonna add some EQ first, and the EQ I'm gonna choose. Actually, we'll add some preamp first. So we'll go. I mean, we always choose London. Let's choose Hollywood this time. And then EQ. Where is it? I need the custom one. Custom EQ. Cubase lag. Hey. Oh my god. We need to give it some time. Even my console lagged. Okay, we need just to give it some time to load. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mute Cubase for you and me while it loads. But how's it going? What do you think so far? Give me your notes. What do you think we are in? Do you like the sound of the drums? What don't you like about it? What do you like about it? Do you agree with me that the snare is not quite there? What do you think of the kick? What do you think of the cymbals, toms, the balance of everything? What do you think of everything? Talk to me. By the way, I think this one, yeah, this could end really quickly actually, in terms of mix. So I think maybe we'll get this ready Sunday. So we'll see how far we can get up to today. I mean, I have nothing. I can still stream another hour. Maybe I will need like 5 minutes break. Especially because I've been mixing for like not 8 hours, since 8. But yeah, yeah. Ugh. Go back to Cubase. I don't want to click on Cubase and it tells me non-responsive. Let's give it some time. Actually, what we'll do. So let's take 5 minutes break. It's in the UK right now. It's 10:54. So wherever you are in the world, it's gonna be something 54, whatever the time is. X54. Let's come back, in 6 minutes. So I'll put the break banner. Stay still, don't go anywhere. If you wanna, grab a cup of coffee, or if you're, at night as well, you wanna grab water or something like that, just go for it. I'm gonna just get up, go get some water, and come back, and hopefully by that time Cubase would have loaded. All right, see you in a bit, guys. All right, we're back. We're back. We're back. Back. Oh, how's it going, everyone? Nice break. I just drank some water. I think more people will join soon. As well, it seems like Cubase is working now. Gonna save, because can you imagine if we didn't save? And gonna put this here, and we're gonna carry on. All right, so let's see where we've left off. Oh wait, I did Cubase for you. I've turned the volume down for me. All right, now it should work. Every time I open Virtual Mix Rack, the PC goes insane. Especially because it's on a drum bus. But I just wanted to, I think the Hollywood one is distorting it quite a bit. I'm just gonna back it off and put it on 1 dB maybe. let's see what we can reduce. Let me remove this. Yes. Cancel. So hopefully this will give my PC more processing power. I'm also gonna get rid of this. We can also start freezing stuff, but this is what happens with the virtual mix track, is that after you put a few instances, it starts to lag. Just like in the last mix, we had to kind of freeze all of the tracks for it to work. But then after this move, we're gonna go to the guitars and we're gonna see what we're gonna do with them. We'll load the presets. I will, we'll work with the DIs. I know that I'm gonna. This is the thing. We're gonna probably put more virtual mix track. One probably on the DI. And but you know what? Instead of putting virtual mix track, I'm gonna use the new plugin from Boost EQ. I'm really liking that plugin, and I might use it on the guitars without virtual mix track. All right, so let's just go here. Alright, guitars. Alright, so first let's work with the DI first. So I'm gonna load Boost EQ. First, before Boost EQ, I'm gonna load Bus Glue. Guitars. Right, and I'm gonna put on Clamp. Bright. We don't want to harm it. Let's see how would that sound. Okay, and then we're gonna put Boost EQ. I love this plugin. Like, I haven't used it in any of my mixes. I've just got it recently, but I just love it already. So let's see. If it's got a preamp, compressor, EQ, and a master, and in each one you can change the mode of what equipment it is. So you've got SSL. You've got, I think this is Neve, and I'm not sure what this is. But let's go with SSL. Let's see. I'm gonna switch between all of them on max to kind of see what harmonics do they add. I like the SSL the most. Okay, compressor. So I've got a Neve one as well and an SSL, so I'm gonna use the SSL. And of course, I'm gonna use the Neve for the EQ because this is actually why I got this plugin, because I want more Neve EQs in my ammunition. So let's see if a shelf would do. No. So basically I blend the DI with the distortion. So these two here are just DIs and all of these are distortions, but I blend the DI with them because I like that rubbery sound and the DI gives clarity to your performance. So I always have whatever how many guitar tracks there is, except leads. But all rhythm guitars, normally what I do is I duplicate them all and I just process the DI and I do some processing to the DI and then I blend it in with the distortion, and I'll show you how would that sound. But here I'm sweeping, so I've put this on max and I'm trying to sweep for the most rubbery frequency. I want it to sound rubbery. Good. Alright, now with the master. Cool. So without, with, so there is a little bit more harmonics. This is without. This is with. It obviously is more compressed. Alright. Fantastic. Really cool stuff. Alright, so now we unsolo it. I think that the cabinets are not working together. Like these two are working fine, but not with the new one. So I'll put this down. I'll go to here. I'll turn off the cabinet, and when I turn it off, it's gonna sound like absolute shit. Alright. But then what do? That's it. And now it will not go out of phase. Cool. Actually, I'm gonna load my guitar rhythm guitar group. We've got a lot going on. Alright, let's mute all of these guys and just go through them one by one. What is this? This. Alright. So the first thing is, hey. The first thing is bus. Oh, okay. We've put a limiter. Okay, cool. So let's do that then. Okay, one thing I want to do that I forgot to do. This is a very cool trick. So I'm gonna duplicate this. And I'm gonna duplicate this. And I'm gonna get this here. So, LR. Okay, I'm gonna unlink these four. And I'm gonna link these two. And this is a very, especially for like heavy metal, this is very cool trick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the breakdowns. So here, okay, and I'm gonna cut and delete. I will show you where this is going. This is something that I do in every single song in breakdowns. Now, normally my music has one breakdown, but this has two, which is even cooler. So we'll see how it's gonna sound. Normally it sounds absolutely sick, but we'll see how it's gonna sound here. I'll cut these. So this is only for the breakdown and nothing else. So breakdown 1, breakdown 2. So what do? You go and you get this. First of all, we need to do some renaming here, so some restructuring. So GGD, this is STL. This is STL. And then this. Hey, Miftul! Fruity boy, what are you doing? How's it going, man? Long time no see. Long time no see. Right. Another old friend. Today a lot of my old friends are actually joining, which is pretty awesome. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Right. So the cool trick that I'm gonna do is octave. And I'm gonna remove this, and I'm gonna remove. Oh no! What have I done? Get this back, Jesus. Get this back here and get this back here. Okay, here what we're talking. Okay, and I'm gonna remove. I'm gonna keep this actually. I'm gonna keep this, but I'm gonna take this, put it here, and take this and put it here. Now, before all of these, let me drop these down. I'm gonna add pitch. What's happening? We have to catch up. 100%. Oh, give me a shout, man. I'm ready. Just give me a shout. But yeah, long time no see. We need to. Kareem says you go to Majesty. Why can't I? Why every time you're there, I'm not there. Right. So sound shifter. What we're gonna do? So we're gonna drop down 1 octave of the DI going into the amp, right? So we go 12 semitones, right? And this is how the DIs will sound, okay? Just the DIs. Very low. But if you introduce the amp, right? Extremely sludgy. Extremely sludgy. And that's exactly what we're gonna layer. So here, I'm not gonna high pass it this much, and unless there is a lot of noise. Let me just see the noise again. I mean, yeah, you can get away with something. Okay. And now you layer that layer with everything else. so this is how it sounds on the first breakdown. This is how it sounds on the second breakdown. This looks complicated as hell. Well, I'm not sure, man. I mean, this is it's a simple track, this one. But most of this stuff, to be honest with you, is like you know, you do a few songs, and each song you like a certain preset. You save the preset, and then once you like release a song that you're really happy with, like if you go to my YouTube channel, check the releases and all of that stuff, you'll see some of my latest stuff. But what will happen then is that you'll start saving all the presets, and every new mix you'll reintroduce these presets, and you just do some tweakings, exactly like what we're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let's see. You don't need this to be extremely audible. You just want the layer to be at least same volume, same total volume. Hey, cheers for the subscription, man. Alright, now next thing we have is an SSL. And Roy Sommer, thank you so much for the subscription, my friend. Much appreciated. Okay, so let's just reset this. Oh my god, Derek Shackle, thank you so much for the subscription. What's going on? YouTube is on fire. Right, so let's do a full reset to get everything from the ground up. So okay, let's see if the guitar needs an EQ. Okay, then virtual mix rack, another compressor. Actually, this is the first compressor because we've used the limiter there. All right, let me turn all of these off. I want to work one by one. Yeah, I'm really right now into scoring a lot, not just a little bit. And but the type of scoring I'm trying to include is within music. Now, obviously, this track I wrote 14 years ago, and I just did it because I found it recently. But my recent stuff, the recent stuff I wrote, has a lot of like cinematic stuff. You know, a lot of like trailer elements and all of that stuff. My version of Oppenheimer. Yeah, we'll try. We'll try. There's I'll probably what I'll do is if I listen just to the OST, obviously I've watched the movie, but then I'll implement some of these elements in my tracks, which I'm already doing. Like the second to last song I've released, A Starry Night on the Road to Damascus, has a lot of that type of stuff. Right, so let me just explain some of the things that I've done because I think I just got into my zone. So first, obviously, we limited the group, the guitar master. Second, I've applied some SSL and I've applied some EQ on 1.5 hertz. But then I took that back because when I've seen that I've got the Neve on the virtual mix rack, I wanted that because I like that EQ better on guitar. Now this EQ is actually also fantastic on guitar, but I like the Neve one, and I think with this preset that I loaded, the channel preset, I think on that song I was lacking a lot of high end. That's why I used both. But these two are my favorite EQs for guitar. This and the Neve in virtual mix rack. Now I think any Neve is cool, any like modulation, but the virtual mix rack one is really decent. Which brings us to virtual mix rack. This red compressor is the one that I use to compress guitars, and then obviously this we spoke about. I've added half a dB here, half a dB here, a little bit of revival, and nothing on trimmer. Then this went to an EQ. This came like this with a preset. I think it was notching something here, but that didn't exist in this track, so I removed it. I kept this. It doesn't harm. Yeah, it doesn't harm. I mean, I don't want to high pass a lot, but it doesn't harm. And then I've added this, the trans XY. What this does, this helps in chugs, and you'll see this only works with chugs or with parts that have a lot of spaces in them. And basically what it does is that it gets that initial attack, very initial attack, like we're talking I think, what's this, like 4 milliseconds or something, I don't know. A very short attack of the guitar. It will make it louder, and you'll put how much louder you want it. So obviously, the 3 decibels, and you will see when I play it that it doesn't activate all the time. It will only activate at the start of like percussive sentences. See, like I'm gonna put it where the chugs are. So this is only doing that type of stuff. And by the way, because I like to keep the faders as 0, I normally adjust the volume from the last plugin. Hey Tarek, I need guitar sound suggestion. Can I ask a question about? Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, shoot, man. Music that I'm trying to do is very slow, so I need a very long guitar sustain, and I'm not okay with my guitar sustain skill. I use Amplitude Mesa Treble Rectifier Simulator with Fab Filter Reverb and delay effects. Any trick to get more sustain with plugin support or effects? So what's the problem with the sustain? I don't get it. Like you don't have, like, for example, if you play the note, the sound cuts off very shortly. If that's what you're talking about, then you need more gain, right? You need more gain. Now there are obviously sustain pedals, but I don't think anybody use them anymore. I think what you need is more gain or more distortion. So you need to put a distortion pedal before. So try to put a distortion pedal, more long sustain. Um, I'm trying to see what you mean. So are you talking about leads or rhythms? Like are you trying to get leads and you want like long reverb, long tail? Is this what you want, like very long tail, or are you talking about, for example, if I go to this one and I click monitor, like for example, this is, are you saying want that whenever you play a note like this, for example, for it to last this long? Is this what you're talking about? Or it cuts short? Yes, probably you don't have a lot of distortion. Amplitude is good. I will I will recommend you download for it's a free amp um from ML. Let me just load it up for you. I forgot what's it called, but it's for Fluff. So this amp here. No. Called uh ML. What's it called? Roots is what's it called. This one. Right, so this is a free amp and it's decent to no end. Really, really sounds good, this one. Right? And it's got distortions and got everything. Download this for free, right? And use it. And let me know if you still have the problem or not. I think the problem is the amp sim you're using is not good, or you don't have a drive pedal. Unless you're talking about something reverb, like if you want reverb, like this, for example. Um, one second. This is. There's a lot of noise. I don't know why this one sounds. Why is it? Oh, because I have the amp still. 1 second. Now it's gonna sound. Wait, wait until this goes away. Okay, now. Is this what you're talking about? Or do you want, like, if you do, for it to last long? I'm trying to hit the string one time and sustain should go 1 minute. Oh my god. I don't even think I can do that. Like that's that's the maximum, I think. Unless if you're talking about reverb, then all what you have to do is increase the time on the reverb and then right, and then maybe you put like I want more wet sound. Too short for me. Yeah, yeah, but the problem is it's unrealistic. If you have an example I can listen to, I will check it out, but it's unrealistic for it to last for 1 minute. Like uh I don't think that's realistic, to be honest with you. So, and I'm trying to think of a situation where you would need, I know you said you play slower music, but still, you know, like 1 minute for one note. I don't know. If you have an example of a song that did it, send me the song and the second. Like if you have something in mind, a reference, send it to me and I will try to see how you can achieve that sound. But from what I understand from you is you want to play one note like this and for it to last 1 minute. It's a little bit like I'm pretty sure that's not the standard. Like normally it needs to cut off. Now there is another way is that you remove the gate. Like if your gate set, like I'll show you. If I set this gate extremely ridiculous, right? So here. Oh, for some reason it didn't cut off. But normally if you set it extremely ridiculous, it cuts off, right? Um, 1 second. Where was the setting for this? Minus 6.4. Let me just see something very, very quick. Ah, minus 60. Yeah, that one. Anyway, so yeah, my gate is very low. So it's either gate or it's either you don't have distortion in front or your gain is not up or um what else could be the reason? But 1 minute is too long, my friend. 1 minute is very, very long. Like we're talking 10 seconds is reasonable. Yeah, 10 seconds I think is reasonable, but 1 minute? Slow the oceans. That's example. Is it copyrighted? If it's copyrighted, send it as a whisper and send me exactly the minute, like the time, and I will listen to it after stream, and I will whisper you back what I think. Uh, wait, I know it's very extreme. I'm trying to do. That's fine. If you have a reference like this one, send me a link to the song on Whisper or on Discord, even better. If you join the Discord below, send it to me and send me exactly where he plays it, or if it's a video. Any minute, that's fine then. That's fine. Then I will play it. And we'll try to understand what you mean. And if I find out that sound, I'll tell you how to achieve it. But in a nutshell, if you just play like this, like you cannot expect it to last that long. You know what I'm saying? How was that? Yeah, so that's just 10 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna let me see. So what's it called? V Oceans. So the actor, the artist, his name is V. Just V by itself. What? What's the artist's name? V Oceans. Okay, let me try on my phone. Ah, slow name of the band. Okay. Slow. And the song is what? Yeah, cheers, man. Thank you, Miftul, for listening. Yeah, we worked hard on that one. Listen to the Guilty Gear one. But yeah, save it, man. Save it for the gym. Slow is the name of the band, and V Ocean is the name of the song. But yeah, Starry Night, I worked very hard on that one. Also, Guilty Gear, which is the one we released in February. V Ocean. So V Ocean, it seems like it's an album. Uh, are you sure V Ocean is the song? Because I can see here the album. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. Okay, you sent a link. Um, 1 second. Yes, he sent me an album. But let me see. Where is the link you sent? Guess what? The link doesn't show on my phone. Would it show on desktop? The problem is I don't want to open Twitch on desktop because what will happen is 1 second. Link deleted. Just send it as a whisper. Send it as a whisper. If you, yeah, either send it as a whisper or on Discord or on Instagram or any type of DM. But but yeah. Da-na-na-na-na. All right, let's remember where we're at now with the track. So we need to go back and do the snare, and we still have the bass left, and we have the mix bus left and the master left. So we still have some work to do. Let me know when you send the whisper or Discord. right, guys. So with that being said, actually, let me check. Let me check if I didn't get a whisper. Didn't get a whisper from you. I'm not. Do you know how to send a whisper, right? You just all right. I've sent you a whisper. Just reply to it with a link. But guys, with that being said, we're gonna have to wrap it up today first, because we've been streaming for 4 hours. I think. Can't remember. Yes, it's gonna be 4 hours and like 30 seconds. And second, because I've been mixing for 4 hours, I don't want to make wrong decisions. I'm pretty sure like the past half an hour I've made a few wrong decisions, and I will kind of like readjust them when I visit the mix on Sunday. But we're gonna have to wrap it up today. It was really good. We made a lot of progress, but this shows you how long mixing can take. I mean, we have a simple track and we haven't finished, right? Now, I'm aware that for me it takes me longer to mix maybe than other pro people, but I'm not like ultra professional, you know? So I try to go at my pace. So today we've done drums, all of it, everything sound decent, but the you sent from Discord, no problem. No, no, I've opened it. I've opened it. I've opened Whispers, but I'll check the Discord. But yeah, so we've done the drums. Everything sounds good. Cymbals sounds good. Normally I struggle with cymbals because it's my favorite shell in the drum kit. But this time it was good. Actually, no problems at all. I don't think. Tops, I think they sound good. I think they sound still a little bit raw, so we'll visit them to see what we can do to make them sound a tad bit more boomy. Kick sounds really decent. I think it needs a little bit of click and less sub maybe. But maybe this is because I've added some low end on the drum master. Snare needs adjustment definitely. Like all of the stuff I've just mentioned for the drums, if they need adjustment, is minor stuff, but the snare needs visiting a lot. Guitars, I think they sound decent, and they're gain staged, but the volume of them will probably change while we progress with the song. And we've just quickly done the bass, but again, I'm pretty sure I'm within the ear fatigue zone, because typically what you should do is every 1 hour you mix, you need to leave the room for 15 minutes, or some people say 10 minutes, some people say 20 minutes, some people say half an hour, doesn't matter, but just to get a fresh ear and come back. And obviously on the stream we haven't done that, but I don't know what decisions I've done wrong. I don't know for you guys if it sounds good or if it doesn't. But next stream, and thank you Empty Fields for asking, and I appreciate you being on the stream from the moment we started till the moment to the end. Really, really appreciate it. Um, the next stream we're gonna obviously carry on the mix. So we'll first of all we'll get a fresh listen to see where we are. We'll finish the entire thing, and we'll put a mastering chain and everything, and then I will visit back the snare to see if I can fix, because I know myself I will not be able to release it until I'm happy with everything, at least to a level where I think it's okay. It still needs adjusting. Again, maybe a pro mixer would have done it by now, but I'm learning just as you guys, and every time you get better. But so far I think the guitar tone sounds really good. We've done the trick with the octave, we've done the trick with the DIs. um a lot of the stuff in the drum sounds good. We just need some to adjust a little bit. The bass sounds really good, I think. We just need to kind of like balance it and balance the sub layer with the high layer. So it's just kind of like tweaking. So next session will be way really close to the end of this song, I think. And if we've done well, that maybe we can finish entirely if we manage to fix the snare and do the mastering and everything. And I'll show you my mastering chain for those who are watching me mix for the first time. You will see my mastering chain, and I'll tell you where I got it from. You know, I don't like. It's not like I invented any of these. But yeah, so that's it. But thank you so much for joining, guys. I can see we've got some people on Twitch, we've got some people on Kick, we've got some people on YouTube. There are a lot of people actually on Kick, but nobody's talking for some reason. But yeah, but that's okay. I mean, we don't mind that. But thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you on Sunday, 7 p.m. UK time. From now on.